All right, got a customer with no hot water. This heater we worked on got a new element. We flushed it. Had to do a couple hoses. Got a new timer box. This is electronic. I just swung this cover up. We got digitals. It says LATN, whatever that is. We got to find the instructions for that. So come over to the breaker box. Water heater 1719 is on, and it's a square DQO with a glass eye that lights red if they're off. It's on. So now we come over here. We gotta be careful because it's live. We're not standing in water. We're next to a wood lathe, which is cool. So now we're swinging this up. Got Dawson with me today. He's gonna put his scale on. He's already on 200 for AC voltage. We follow the line, which I had labeled a year ago, up. That's number 110, and then your ground could be right there on the copper. And then
120.
119 something, so that's correct. And then where's the white wire?
Right
Number
here.
2 to ground. And we got nothing. You not on it?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Look at that, D. Nothing. Maybe you weren't on all the way? There we go. Yeah, I wasn't quite on it. So that means we got voltage in. You hold this a second. We come up here. Swing this back down. You know what we should do first before I drop this? While your meter's still on, the voltage going to the load over there, we follow it. Make sure there's not a shutoff, right? It goes up, or there's no box to turn it off.
Right down here.
Okay, so it goes into it. So let's check the voltage here on pin 6 and pin 4. And go one at a time to ground. Can you see? I gotta hold this. Nothing, right?
Right.
All right, I'll do 4 to ground. Wiggle, make sure you wiggle both of them. Nothing, okay. Now, that's obvious because on the water heater, there's an indicator light when it's on. Right here. It tells you upper and lower. That's the same heater we got. Same heater, Home Depot. So then, we'll come back up here. There's like an on override. Okay, press that button, see what happens. Nada, but there's also an indicator light.
That's supposed to turn on, but...
Hold it in, nothing. What else we got? Read them up there. Put your light up there.
Del Prev, hour, month, minute, date, second day, year, event, mode.
So nothing happened. So, homeowner already gave me permission to disconnect it. The meter, if we had to. So that's what we might do here, is just use this as a junction box and wire them together. So we'll need 2 wire nuts. What I want to do is make a note of the wiring, which is over here, but make a note how it was done. And I want to remove these leads and put white to white, black to black, and do away with this right now. We'll test if the water heater kicks right on, the box is bad. And it probably needs this electronic component. So I did a little schematic. We got our line going to here, and our jumpers are in here. So when I disconnect it, the homeowner, if he wants to monkey with it, he can just look on here and say, oh, that's easy. So now we're going to do the load side, and we're going to put them up there. And he just tested to make sure the power was off with the breaker off. It's off. We tested it, it was 0. So now we did our little map, and we got our line voltage covered up by garbage here. There you go. And we're disconnecting 1 and 2. So loosen them up. They only got to go about a half a turn or something, then the wire is stiff and it pulls out. Trying to hold the light for them, just a little. Now, you want to leave your jumper in there, but pull down both of those two. They're dead. Don't loose anymore. They're stiff. It's like 10 gauge wire. Be gentle with it. It's a plastic box. I'll set this down a second. We're going to tug on that wire a little bit. Just pulling that out. And then, okay, he's got these. They're stiff 10 gauge. So now he's just going to tighten up them lugs so they loosened. Just check them off. Because we're just doing a bypass right now. This homeowner's gone through 2 timers and he's annoyed with them. So we're just going to bypass it, maybe not hook up a new one. I did buy another one. I tried to get Lowe's to warranty one, but to go without hot water when you're trying to cook or something or bath is terrible. And then now he's got them all down. We've already got our grounds hooked together, see that? So now we're going to hook the white to white, black to black, and we're going to put a red wire nut on them on the very end of them. And then just get them started, because you want to get your wire nut to tighten up. See how tight they are? Just slip your wire nut on there. And then make sure the wire nut covers all the copper up. And before it gets super tight, look at it. Is it all inside? Is there anything open?
A little.
How much more can you tighten it? What ways?
Yep.
Should be able to cover that up, right? You don't want anything open, bare copper. Now look at it. Is it all covered inside of it?
Nope.
No? So we'll have to adjust that. Now he's got everything inside there. So now you got to bend it and get it back in that box. Wait a minute. Get this down first. Your wire jumper lead. Push it all the way to the back of the box there. And push your wire nut in. Bend it sideways, get it out of the way. Bend it sideways. I don't want the nut to the back. I'd rather the nut forward. Shove it back. Aren't they stiff?
Reminds me of my wiring in my building.
Yeah, you see, he did a lot of 12-2 stuff because he wanted some power out there. That's good. Now do your black wire same way. Make sure is all your sheathing inside.
Yep.
It is perfect. Super tight. Flatten it up and get it back in there so this plastic cover goes over. It's still not enough. That's stiff stuff. All right, now flip your cover down. Does it cover it or not? Okay. Now he's got it in. All the screws are tight. The wire nuts are on. There's no, all the sheathing's in the box. No bare copper. Close it up. Now what he's going to do is go click the breaker on. It's over there, the 30 amp and 1719. We're going to come over here on the heater and see if he turns on. Check it out. So this heater, it heats the water at the top first. And when the top element, the water in the top of the heater gets hot enough, hear it? Can you hear it? She's a heating. When this gets hot enough, then the bottom element will come on and it'll say lower element. And we're all set. So we have a bad timer, and this is a Torque brand. And all we did is bypassed it, and we used this for a junction box. We did the schematic for the homeowner, so if he ever wants to hook it up, I'll hand him that. He can put it with his paperwork. And if he decides he wants to warranty it, I already picked up one, but I'll return it. We'll see if we can get it warranted, but I think the efficiency on a 50 on a timer is not really that good with 2 people in the house. I think if it was an 80 gallon, it's worth doing. So I think we'll close this up. Dawson learned how to do it. I always mark my line and load when we're doing this stuff. Close your breaker box over there, D, and we're all set. We're going to get out of here. The homeowner's going to have hot water in about 20 minutes. Hot enough to wash their hands. Give them about an hour, and we're going to have hot water. They can probably take a shower because these heaters work awesome. This is a Performance Ream. The same exact heater we put in, and I love it. Don't you like it? I never had an issue. But, I don't know. They're making these clocks in plastic and digital, and you know how that goes. So thanks for watching. See you soon.